Hello, greetings from across the pond. We are here to cover some more EU matches today. And to kick it off, we're going to have this silver matchup here in the EU tier. It's going to be Neon versus Anti-Gravity. My name is Psychaotic. Joining me on the cams and co-casting, because he is just that amazing, is the wonderful Offbeat. Offbeat, how are you doing?
Doing very well today. Feeling excited. I feel like we got a couple good matches here, a couple silver ones to kick us out, and then we'll jump to high diamond to close out the evening. We may even have a couple guest stars drop in as the time goes. So yeah, it should be a lot of fun here. Given the EU its due, do not forget to get those predictions in, because the poll will close shortly as we're about ready to get underway here in what should be the exciting first game of a quality 3-game set.
Yes, it absolutely should be, and it seems like we're going to have these ready ups come through. That is awesome. We love to start on time, especially when we have packed ourselves a busy set for the day on that half-hour mark. So thank you to these teams being ready on time, getting ready on time, and here we go, getting into the first round on time. Doors are open. First touch is going to go to Neon here. Powerful headbutt comes through all the way down into the bubble of Anti-Gravity, and X Gaming is waiting just for that touch as he puts it in for the first 2 points of this round.
Yeah, 2.5 seconds, all it took. Very quick opening there from Neon. Putting in some solid work off that joust, and then just in the right place, right time to tuck that one in back into the goal. Neon strikes first and strikes early.
100%. I mean, quick scores like that is what you want to see, especially this early on in the match. Setting that pacing, setting that tone, setting that momentum. But now Anti-Gravity is looking to answer. Spoofo sends this over cross to Blake Fitzy, and what a save there by Freshy Fresh, jumping out to force the bad shot, and it will get them out of danger for the moment, but they're not safe yet. It looks like Anti-Gravity setting up once again. Jarhead Josh getting an incredible end here, doing a little bit of floating before sending it down low to Blake Fitzy on the back wall, but denied once again by this Neon team. This time it's Citizen George with a great save, and now it looks like they're going to get this one sent to the mid, but not through just yet. Going to require another try. This time Citizen George does successfully get this one through the tunnel.
Yeah, a couple good plays by Neon on the defense, and they're moving in, looking for some points. Nearly going to get that one, but the bounce not going to connect. Jarhead Josh going to get this one cleared up to the mid. Not quite out. Citizen George can keep that one in. Even gets a good little flip pass there to Freshy Fresh. Freshy Fresh with some space, but no teammates, and is facing a 2-on-1. Is going to throw this one up for incoming teammate. That is X Gaming. X Gaming with the pass over, and no, not going to get through. Blake Fitzy with the steal.
Excellent defensive work there by Anti-Gravity, now looking for their own opportunity as they send this one down into the zone. Jarhead Josh doing some moves here on the wall, finding that reset option back to Blake Fitzy. There we go. We love to see those resets. Now down low, finding Jarhead Josh once again off the backboard. What a bold shot there against two goalies, but it's going to pay off as Anti-Gravity finds their first 2 points of the match.
Yeah, not only hitting the off-angle bounce shot, but also putting it nice and low. I mean, low is usually what you're looking for to kind of stretch it below the goalie. But even more impressive, since the goalie was already down in that bottom pocket. Very gutsy move, pays off with the 2 points, and we're locked up even now.
Yes, we are. And I mean, so much time left to go as well. We can tell these two teams are still kind of feeling each other out, figuring out what the pacing of this match is going to be. And speaking of pacing, look at that stack already on it, looking for that opportunity. But that is unfortunately going to go off the shield instead. But they're not done yet. Anti-Gravity wins this possession back. Now slowing it down as they set up, sending it into the bubble. But Benji, just a bit too far in front of the intended recipient. However, Jarhead Josh is going to make it work regardless, doing some moves to keep it away from the defense before finding Blake Fitzy back there. Now over cross, connecting with Spoofo, looking for one more pass, but Ryulo has that red. Excellent defensive read and is going to get this one sent through the mid.
Yeah, the stun setting up the easy turnover there. Excellent job, but they're not able to convert into a chance the other way as Anti-Gravity still with possession. Nope, X Gaming with that stack. Coming back for Neon, collecting that, and this remains locked to two as both teams in their entirety in that tunnel there. Freshy Fresh comes out with it, send it up to an open teammate. There is X Gaming with some space, but is facing down that, 1-on-3, so he's going to slow down, wait for the teammates. And no, had the space to kind of open up, but was kind of, committed to that reset, and it is going to get turned over as a result, as it is going to be Benji scooping this one up, but not getting away with it. There's an open goal, moving in, tucked in, easy. Citizen George ready for that one, and capitalizes with 2 points for Neon.
12.
This match has been a game of reads so far, and interesting to note, it looks like Anti-Gravity's lost a player. I don't know if they're going to pause. Looks like they're thinking about it. No, lining up in the tunnels. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to have a 3v4 on our hands for a moment here as Anti-Gravity comes out of the tunnels. Benji picking it up, looking to send it, and gets a great bounce that turns into a self-pass. Jarhead Josh now sending it through. Not quite going to sneak it through that backliner, though, as it is picked up by Neon, but not sent away. Oh my goodness. Anti-Gravity fighting here to keep it down into the zone of Neon despite this numbers disadvantage, and they're doing so well with it as Benji gets another recovery, sends it up forward, connecting with Jarhead Josh. They might have numbers for a moment here. No, Stack is home, but they're gonna push regardless. Oh my goodness, Blake Fitzy almost managing to find that goal there, but it's gonna go off the ding ring, and Neon will successfully get it to the mid, not through just yet.
Yeah, the stacks were there, not able to pick it up. No worries, Relo is in, Relo is there to pick it up, and the net is open as the defense hurries to get back for Anti-Gravity. They're back, but they're still playing a man short, which means numbers coming in here, fresh behind the goal, and X Gaming putting that one in, extending it to a 2-score lead. 6-2 now the scoring is we're halfway through.
Saw a couple players on the tablets there before they went into the tunnel, and there we go. Now, finally, here comes the pause, which is smart. You know, like sometimes you take that chance where you don't take that timeout on the first play if you think that they're going to get in quickly and it's close. But when that doesn't happen, when you still get scored on regardless, okay, you got to take that timeout. You got to get that teammate in because obviously that 3v4 is not working and it's not something you can save your timeout. And as I say that, it looks like they have gotten their fourth back in. There we go. Spoofo is back in the arena. I think we just saw the unpause come through as these players are lining up in the tunnels. Yes, we did. Okay, we're getting right back into it. Players back, and that means the match is back. It looks like Anti-Gravity is looking to line up down by 4.
Yep, there they are in the tunnel. Had some good pressure there despite playing the 3-on-4. Fourth probably would have been able to turn that into points, so let's see if they can carry off of, you know, what they had working well there. They move it through tunnel, going with that 2-stack approach, but the second pass isn't what they wanted. X Gaming is going to pick this one up and get it cleared up. They're stacking, following it down. That net is open. They've got a chance that they can collect it, but they're not able to. Blake gets back and gets control of that disc, getting it out.
Good work there. Sends it on through for the waiting Stack. Oh my goodness, but Neon also on the way. Gets one drive-by stun, but not the other as Benji gets the recovery for Anti-Gravity. Now down low, sending it into the bubble, but the goalie, what a read there. Citizen George had his eye on that the whole time. Jumped out to break up that play. It forces the turnover here, but does not get the clear as this takes some unfortunate bounces back down into their own zone. Spoofo with the pickup, gets it sent down low to Jarhead Josh. Now taking it to the floor. Anti-Gravity slowing it down, drawing out that stack before sending it forward. Finding Benji there on the floor. Now up high, connecting with Blake Fitzy. Doing some moves here for one more cut over, and that's going to do it. Blake to Benji to the goal. That's in for the 2, and Anti-Gravity has now cut the lead down in half.
Some excellent crisscross applesauce passing coming in from Anti-Gravity as not losing stride, back in with the 4th player and back on the scoreboard as they've cut this one now to a 2-point lead. And Neon now with the, you know, these teams doing a decent job of keeping it close, you know, answering scores with other scores, but oh my goodness, Neon moving quickly, and we have seen that empty net of Anti-Gravity get punished a few times. This one's no difference.
I, as a caster, have so many issues sitting here and not making commentary oh no, go home, your goal's open, as if they can see, hear me and do anything about it. But it's unfortunate, right? When you run that aggressive double stack and that gets through your second stack, you have got to get someone home, or a team like Neon is going to continue to punish it every time you let them have that open goal. So now, with Neon up by 5 points, Anti-Gravity is looking for an answer back as Spoofo receives the self-pass, completely calculated, but now overcrosses to Jarhead Josh. Now down low to Benji, trying to keep this one away from Freshy Fresh, looking for those lanes to open up, and finds one in the form of Spoofo. Now up high to Blake, gets through the defender. Excellent work there off the head of the goalie, back into his own hand to put it in for the 2. I don't know how that just worked, but hey, if it works, it works. Points are what you're looking for, and that is certainly 2 of them.
The bounce pass off the post and the head of the goalie collects it super cleanly on the other side. Oh. Beautiful stuff. You don't see that very often. I actually don't know if I've ever seen something quite like that without a stun ever coming into play. Neon with the disc and with the time. They're going to use that time as Rulo, I believe, is the one down there just, putting in work, absolutely destroying that Anti-Gravity stack.
Yeah, absolutely. And then finally, that anti-gravity stack is going to jump, forcing Neon to start working their way through the mid. Ryulo, under some pressure, finds that crossover to X Gaming. X, oh my goodness, excellent a movement there to break apart that stack, sending to Freshie. Freshie to Citizen, and Citizen George off of the backboard in for the 2. Excellent play here from Neon. That patience pays off, right? Like, they draw out that stack, they wait to break them apart to open up some space in the midfield, take full advantage of it, and once they found that one member in the bubble, that one-on-one with the goalie, that was it. Great work as they go up by 5 once again.
Yeah, and we're seeing kind of that 2-score lead as, another unfortunate disconnect for Anti-Gravity, and that is immediately capitalized on. There's the turnover, answering back the other way. There's an open goal, moving in, X Gaming. The self-pass doesn't quite work out, but no worries, because they have the numbers, and those numbers come in with a vengeance, completely cascading on that disc, and putting it into the net. 13-6 is the lead now, and with 1 minute left on the clock, Anti-Gravity might be out of time, and Gravity.
Yeah, I think you're spot on here. Down by 7 points, only a 3v4 at the moment here. They just need to get something going, and Neon's not going to let them do it. X Gaming coming in quick here with Ryulo to steal that one away before the QB could get a hand on it, and they'll sink it in for the 2.
Yeah, 15-6, very, very slow coming out that tunnel there. And unfortunately, Anti-Gravity has used their timeout to, get a player back in once, so, they're kind of stuck right now. As, my game is going to crash. We will get back into this as soon as we can. Psycha.
Oh, we're going radio cast. That's okay. 20 seconds left. Looks like Neon is on the prowl, looking for some final points. That 4th member is back in for Anti-Gravity, but will it be enough? Blake Fitzy gets the pickup, sends it all the way through the mid. 11 seconds remaining. If they can get some points just as momentum, that would be huge. Bouncing out toward the shoulder, and Citizen George says, give me that for Neon, sending it over to Freshie Fresh, and with that final pass up to Ryulo, that's gonna do it. Neon's gonna take this first round 15-6. And you know what? I don't feel that scoreboard is indicative of how close the game was when Anti-Gravity had 4 players. I mean, it's super unfortunate. Anti-Gravity was kind of plagued by those tech issues here, had multiple drops, had to use their timeout early on, which is unfortunate. And when it was that 4v4, we were seeing it super close, right? I mean, Neon's still, I think, playing a bit better, still coordinating that stack and that pacing a little bit better to really run the midfield, but Anti-Gravity's still putting up so much of a fight that maybe if they take this time here between rounds to think about it, to figure out what they're gonna do going into the second round, then maybe we'll see different results.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look, we know that when they've been on even footing, it has been incredibly close games, right? The 2-score spread was there because of, that early disconnect. And, a couple more here when the last one came through. And so if they're able to keep stability here, there's no reason Anti-Gravity can't come out here and keep making a game of it. It has been incredibly close match. That, and they do kind of got to work on not allowing those open net opportunities, because Neon has had a couple of those, and they have shown they're not missing them today.
Yeah, I think that's the scariest part right there, right? Like, when you have that aggressive double stack, and we called it out earlier in one play in particular, but it's almost happened several times now. When you're playing that double stack, it's good for pressure, it's good for speed, but you cannot afford to get broken up. You cannot afford to leave that goal open, as it looks like we have a 5th player join on the side of Anti-Gravity. I don't recognize the name. I don't know what's going on here. They're not in the arena, which is good. They're not playing a 5v4. I'm not totally sure what's going on, and they're already gone. Maybe an accidental invite when they try to get their teammate back in. I don't know. Either way, here we go. Anti-Gravity is going to start this one out right in for the 3. That's how you do it.
Yeah, wow. After what was an almost a disastrous opening joust that almost bounced directly in, glancing off the post. Kudos Anti-Gravity. They got back on defense, they scooped up that disc, and they got an attack of their own. And Anti-Gravity now with their first lead of the day here.
Yep, 100%. I mean, that is what you're looking for. When you lose that first round like that, when you have those tech issues, when you come out strong like this, that's exactly what you're looking for here, to really clear your mind going into the second round, starting fresh. And it looks like they're trying to do it again as they get a good clear through the mid. Who's going to be their first? X Gaming getting a hand on it, barely getting that one sent through the mid before getting stunned out. But it's immediately tracked down by this Anti-Gravity stack. Jarhead Josh with pickup is going to send it on through, but that's exactly where Citizen George is waiting with Freshie Fresh to send it right back where it came from, up to the other waiting stack, but they wait too long. Blake Fitzy able to steal that one away from X Gaming and sends it all the way through.
all the way through, but kudos to Neon. They've been doing a good job getting back with these defensive stacks and stopping these clears from turning into opportunities as, an excellent stun comes and buys some time for X Gaming, but X Gaming not able to collect. That slap also comes close. Anti-Gravity still holding on to that 3-point lead just by the skin of their teeth as this one is cleared. Stacks racing to it. It is going to be Neon picking this one up with some space here. They are able to get it cleared out as a loose one is going to bounce, takes a bit of an awkward angle, and is going to get stolen by X Gaming. X Gaming open net, looks for the bounce, not going to connect. Benji's got it, and Benji's got it up to a teammate.
Oh, lucky there for Anti-Gravity, and now they're looking to make it an opportunity of their own. Benji on the back wall with nobody in the goal for Neon. That's going in for the 2, and now Anti-Gravity has themselves up by 5. So very different pacing compared to what we saw in that first round. Anti-Gravity really starting it out strong here, and that's exactly what you want to see if you want to go to a round 3.
Yeah, definitely. Anti-Gravity coming out strong here, seemingly having no technical issues, and they've been thriving in it so far. As Neon now with the disc, moving in, they're going to get this one cleared in fairly well. That's some open room on the side, but the stack's coming in pressuring. Like, that's the reason we're seeing these open goals, because Anti-Gravity is running with a 2-stack defense as they're trying to apply a ton of pressure here and force these turnovers. And so far this round, they've been able to do that successfully. There's another turnover, another clear, and now it's a question of who's going to win that stack race. Oh, both teams nearly getting it, but it is going to be Benji. Benji up above looking for that angle, not going to find it as it is cleared up to middle of the zone. They will still hold it as it's passed back into Benji and then a reset back to Blake.
Oh my goodness, Blake up to Jarhead Josh, in for the 3. Anti-Gravity certainly has the gravity turned back on now in round 2 as they go up by 8 points, just 3.5 minutes into the second round. I mean, that is something considering what we had seen in that first round, but there's still plenty of time left to go for Neon to answer back. Maybe the momentum changes. That's part of this game. They've just got to take a minute to get it back in their favor, and X Gaming is looking to do exactly that. No, stolen away by Spoofo. Anti-Gravity just all over these Neon players right now. The stack does get home for Neon as X Gaming. It gets another pickup, but not a clear as that bounces off of the station back down into their own zone. Recovered here by Blake Fitzy, doing some moves, looking for the lanes, looks down low to cross to Benji, but it's going to take an unfortunate bounce instead into the hands of X Gaming. Exactly what Neon was looking for there with that mini reset. Now back up to X, and X is not going to get the send through for that stack. Instead, it's picked off by Jarhead Josh and then intercepted again by Freshy Fresh, and this time it's going to make its way all the way through for Neon. X Gaming looking at an open goal. No, the lane has closed, so they will smartly slow this one down to set up.
Yeah, you've got the numbers, though. They had a 4-on-2, and now that stack is back, which makes it a little trickier. Fortunately, they're still able to find that open space. The stack was back, but not covering anyone, and they're able to move this in as Neon takes 4.5 minutes to get their first points, but they are on the board here, cutting the deficit to 6.
And there we go. I mean, that is, you got to start somewhere. You've got to start somewhere, and that 2-pointer on the board has gotten them to within 6. That is still very doable with half of this round remaining, but not if Anti-Gravity continues to bring the heat as they have been so far in this round. As I say that, a little bit of a scuff joust there, but that's okay. Stack gets back to it, but Neon Stack also going to get back to it, breaking apart the initial pass, but it's not enough to keep it away from Blake Fitzy on the boot, doing some moves through the 3 defenders. It does not matter. That is going in for the 2.
Yeah, Anti-Gravity answering back with 2 points of their own, taking us over the midway point of the round. And we do have a pause coming in this time from Neon. Maybe trying to stabilize this one and see if they can't, get something figured out for this round. Because, it's kind of been spiraling away from them a little bit here.
Yeah, I think this is a good timeout here. I mean, maybe take it a smidge earlier, but better now than later when this is still doable, right? They're only down by 8 points. There's half the round remaining. This is still a very winnable game here for Neon if they don't want to go to a round 3. 8 points is a minimum of 3 scores, assuming some of them are 3s, but at this point, that's not even something they've got to be worried about just yet because there's still so much time if they can shift back into that play style that we saw in round 1 where they had the heavy aggressive stacks to work it through the mid, and then we're not afraid to utilize those resets and the